Good day and welcome to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament Random Replay broadcast. I say random replay, but this is anything but a random replay. We have got a new programmer, a new bot in our midst. During the 2014 tournament, he signed up on the website and uploaded his bot, which was a Terran. And it kicked ass. It has been tearing down stuff left and right. Nevertheless, we have here in the red corner, we have got Islands or ICEbot, which is a very well-rounded Terran, and we have got tscmoo, new ZERG bot in the bottom left. And I should be telling you a little bit about ZERG bots in general, because it is considered one of the harder races, Terran being the easiest, and then Protoss, then ZERG. Because ZERG does have to build on the creep, which is... oh, look, an overpool, how cute is that? ZERG has to build on the creep, and it's also got to manage the number of larvae it has. If it hasn't got any larvae, it cannot build units, and one of the best ZERG bots out there yet, ICEbot 2011, does the greatest things with technology and upgrades and planning, but doesn't have enough units, so it never actually wins any... oh, it does win sometimes, but it doesn't win a lot. So ZERG coding can be a bit of a nuisance, but one of the advantages ZERG has is the Zergling, and if you build 100 Zerglings you have only 50 supply to use, and if you do that, sorry, that was my sound system. I have been fiddling around with it again for hours. Hopefully this is acceptable. I can't hear any game sound because I have to tune everything down so low I can't hear it, but apparently my voice is being recorded so softly that it doesn't make the threshold at all. But ZERG programming is a bit of a nuisance, but the Zergling is a very good unit because you can make a hell of a lot of it and it is cheap. So, after seeing tscmoo clubbing essentially the entire opposition and their grandmothers with its Terran bot, when he said in chat that he was working on a ZERG bot, I said, well, I've got to see that. He said, oh no, it's not finished yet, I've got so many things to do, I can't show you yet. I said, well, let me see it. So I've been nagging him for days and days and days, and finally he succumbed and sent me 2 replays of his yet unfinished ZERG bot. This one is against ICEbot, and the other one is against Krasi0, but the first one versus the best Terran from Japan, Ritsumeikan University. It is astounding. It can do anything, it can use any unit, it can use any spell, it does use any spell, and it can also GG. I've seen it use nukes, I've seen it drop, I've seen it do crazy stuff. It is a very, very well-rounded thing, and one of the things it does best is it balances aggression with defensiveness, and now it has just 2 Marines in a bunker. So this drone is not going to get anywhere near that base. All the while the ZERG is building another hatchery. So that is a good sign, because most ZERG bots do not have enough hatcheries, and this one is building a 3rd hatchery before it's even got a tech path set up. So only a pool, only gas being mined, and oh look, also a defensive structure. So this is very good. Some Marines in a bunker going tech, going mech, and ICEbot is on its way to do what it always does, which is mech play, backed up with air and a heavy amount of scanning. It will be building some comsats soon, but look at the ZERG, because that is what we are here for, and now we have got a Hydra Den. So the building seems to be okay. The entire place is being covered in creep, and that scouting SCV is going on to a small vacation unto a cloud, and ICEbot is teching up minerals being mined, depots and armories being built. Okay, so one more. We have got 21 supply, 21 drones, and for Terran we have got a little bit more, but there are two. So that's the problem. You've got two buildings basically only building SCVs, and then you can build combat units from your factories and from your barracks. So it's a lot easier to put out units in the early stage of the game. That said, early defensive structures of ZERGs are very good, and we have got the first Hydra. So will this be a Hydra bot like Adrian Sternmüller, or perhaps Lurker like Marion de Vecker's killer bot? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And hopefully something will happen soon. Let me speed it up just a little bit. As you can see, I've hidden the replay progress. That is for me and also for you, because there is an element of surprise. Not only do you not know how these matches will be played, how they will play out, I won't know either. And that makes it a lot more fun for me as well, because although tscmoo's Terran bot has been kicking ass for a couple of months, or a couple of weeks I should say, its ZERG bot is still completely unknown to me as well, so I'm very interested to see what it does, and I don't like to be spoiled myself. I only know the approximate replay size, but I don't know who is going to win. So, another hatchery. It is good to see, because all... Is there? Yeah, there is a spare lava, but the more hatcheries the merrier. We need more larvae, and look at this. 3 base. Fully compliant with the axiom that as a ZERG player you need to be 1 base up versus the Terran, because if you don't, you're going to get out macroed heavily. And look at this saturation. This is slightly oversaturated. There are too many SCVs, so until another base gets founded by ICEbot, nope, you're not going to get in here. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not going to get in here at all. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see what is going on. So, we've got 2 Hydras on almost 70 supply. Terran is on 90. 2 base. Going mech. Oh, there is the sound. 2 base mech play and first weapons upgrade done already, because it's so very effective. Siege tank gap +5 damage with splash in siege mode, and Hydras, they don't like it. They are getting out of there, leaving only this one Zergling to I think a scout, so it will know when Terran is going up. And we've got another base here, so it will soon be 4 base versus 3 base, and as a Zerg that is something you do not want. But now look at this, the Zergling production is on. Do they have speed? Let me slow it down to normal fastest speed and see what's happening. 1 armor done, 2nd on the way, and these Zerg... Ooh, look at this. This Zergling will find the base. Yep, it should have spotted it, and now ICEbot is moving out. 120 supply versus 130 or 20 again supply, which is very good for Terran, because these units are much more effective. 1 armor, so they will only do 4 damage. It's not enough, and these tanks, they are doing so much damage. They can kill lings by the hundreds and thousands, and this push is looking very scary, because all you can see here, oh, we've got some mutants, are Hydra Link, and these Marines, together with these 2 Goliaths, are the only anti-air. So if these die at the front, these mutas are going to have a little work with the siege tanks, and they won't like it. They will not like it, because they can't shoot up. They cannot shoot up into the air. It is a big flaw in their design, but it has been such for ages and ages, and these mutas are basically the thing which stops the Terran push. There are more here, so we've got about 1 control group full of mutas, and although these tanks do gather quite a bit of kills each, they are not up to the challenge of Mutaling without decent cover. So 1 base here, 1 base here, it's now 4 base, some more SCVs arriving versus the 3 base, and although ZERG is taking another, it is not going to, well, it should expand and saturate this base, because Terran's economy is going to get way out of control. And even though its supply at 140 is lagging a bit versus 160, these units are so very, very tender, only 120 HP versus, look at that, 24. So only 5 shot of these, 6 shot with regeneration, 6 shot from Goliath, and a Muta is gone. That said, this battle formation is very, very decent from tscmoo, and Terran is losing a lot of Goliaths. And then again, these tanks do not like what these Mutas have to do, because 5 kills on a Muta versus Terran which is going mech, that is a positioning error. That must be a positioning error. And this is a positioning error as well, because look at it. Poke here, do some minor damage, have one Muta out, and meanwhile kill off the other base with a handful of Hydras. 2 armor, good choice, I think, goes for sturdiness, but it's almost maxed. How often do you see, oh, it's got 4 bases up now, but how often do you really see a ZERG which maxes all 4 bases while the Terran is going mech? That is unheard of. And this Valkyrie is, and this, oh, that is a lucky Valkyrie with 2 hit points left, and these Goliaths are going to mop it up. Perhaps some siege tanks. Ooh, the siege tanks have been occupied by the... And we've got a queen. Oh, look. Okay, small pause. Because, although Terran has a formidable army, it is 70 supply down, and it's going to need a hell of a lot of micro to do this, because this base is under attack, this base is under attack, and the front is under attack as well. All the while, ZERG is taking the middle base, so if this base falls and this one falls, it is 2 base versus 5 base, and that is not something you'd like to have happen. And there is a defiler mount. I have never seen a ZERG bot use a defiler ever, so this will be interesting to see. Saturation is good, saturation is good, saturation is good. 1, 2, look at this. And the hatchery farm. Oh, golly. I shouldn't be falling asleep, because this is really a very interesting match. ZERG is macroing like a champion, and it is maxed. It's now banking stuff, and everything it loses here it can reproduce instantly from any of its, what have we? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, what's this? 13, 14 hatches. So 14 hatches, 5 base ZERG versus a soon-to-be 2 base Terran. Okay, pardon me for pausing it for a little bit, because these bots can have their attention focused in as many areas as they have CPU and memory for, whereas I cannot. Still, Terran has a formidable army, and it is on 1-1, so these units, they need to be very cost effective. Well, they don't need to be, because it's 5 versus 2 base, so it's just pushing in there, all the while, look at that, keeping maxed, dropping to 191 for a second, and then boom, back to 200. And although Terran is trying its utmost to clear its third, it's not succeeding. All the while, look at the pressure, look at the killing fields. These tanks must have so many kills. 9, 7, 12, 9, 5 Goliaths. No, not as many. Oh, and a queen with a kill. How cute is that? So now the pressure is on. It's 100 supply versus, where are the ZERG? 200. Of course, how could it be anyway else? Only let's hope we'll be seeing a defiler soon, because if this game ends without seeing a single defiler do something cute, I won't be fully satisfied, and that would be a bloody shame. Oh yeah, here we go. I've seen one. And almost at 200 energy. Let's see, when will ZERG decide to move on? It's inching its way forward and back and forth again. Yeah, this base is not going to get any income for Terran. ICEbot is under such a lot of pressure. The units are just too slow. They are too slow. If they siege, ZERG can push here, which it will do. And if they move back, look at it. Look at this. Where are the defilers? So, oh, there's the swarm. And 4 swarms go off. And look at here in the back, there are 4 or 5 defilers just consuming everything, walking and casting swarm across the map. It is 1, 2, 3, oh, too many to count. Look at this, 17 kills, 17 kills, 17, boom, everything dies. And this battle has been a huge loss in supply for ZERG, but if Terran is at 75 and ZERG is still, oh, where are you ladies? At 200, almost 200, it just now dipped to 190. But everything is plagued, everything is covered in swarm, the tanks are plagued, the depot is plagued, the bunker is plagued, the command center is plagued, and Terran doesn't have any more economy than this, so it's got to repair everything and somehow prepare for a 200 supply ZERG which is coming. This base is up and running. I wouldn't mind seeing one SCV or possibly all of them repair it, because if you don't, it will burn down and you'll... Oh dear, this is very sad. Goodbye. There goes the third. And now look at this. It is just blanketing the map in hatcheries. It is crazy. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. It's expanding once more. Look at this. 4 here. 3 more here. 3 there. We've got a defiler mount in the middle of the map. What's this? An evo chamber. Another evo chamber. Oh, and now the pressure is on. These tanks here are going to do so much damage to this little Hydra. Oh no, the Hydras are nearly gone. This Muta-Ling army. But if you look at it, everything is plagued. Even the Zerglings are plagued. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Ah! Got it. And these tanks, they have massacred these Zerglings. They've got 36, 30, 31 kills, and only now these Mutas are going in there. So Muta-Ling, a very effective combo, because you can spam gas on your Mutas. Infected, infected, infected. Oh no, a Broodling. How cute is that? And it looks like it's trying to infect the command center, but it can't make up its mind. Oh, I don't know. And another swarm. Terran is now on 3 supply, which is not a very happy feeling if you got a Zerg across the map, or across the map in your face, with a hell of a lot of Zerglings, and by the looks of it, they haven't got crack yet. I should talk to tscmoo about that, because if they've got crack, their attack rate doubles, and they're now getting even getting some upgrades. It is astounding. Mutas, no upgrades yet. But look at this. Look at this. We've got a base here. We've got one here. Everything that is built is being saturated. The map is blanketed, veritably blanketed in hatcheries. So if this army were to die, it would just press Z and it would be at 200 supply again, because 2500, 550, it could build 100 supply in Zerglings at the press of a button. It is crazy. Okay, well, let's even if the replay progress bar is hidden, it should be over pretty soon, because with all of these links, even if they haven't got full upgrades, even if they haven't got crack, they are going to tear down these few buildings in record speed. Oh, look at that. That is efficiency. All the add-ons are being ignored. It's just the actual buildings which are being killed. 2 kills on a queen, 200 supply, 4 and 2k in the bank. GG. tscmoo's new ZERG bot eliminates or wipes the floor with ICEbot, and I've got to give it to ICEbot because it is such a good bot. Look at that, 500 units killed, almost 900 built. ICEbot is such a good bot, but it hasn't been under development for quite some time, I believe. So it is still the standard, but if you are the standard and you get used as a punching bag all your life, it is a pretty dreary life indeed. Oh, and there goes my mouse pointer. I saw at the start of this game that this replay was 2.5 megabytes in size, and that is quite large for a replay. Because I think it is because all the commands being issued. If you've got a 200 supply army, a lot of commands are going to be issued if each unit is being controlled individually. These bots do not have restrictions on APM. Oh, there it is. They only have restrictions on how slow they can make the game, and the server on which the Student StarCraft AI tournament is run is rather powerful. So you need to do a hell of a lot if you want to slow the game down so much that it gives you it disqualifies you because you've made the game too slow. So if you've got 200 supply worth of Zerglings, and no, the drones take care of themselves, say 100 supply in Zerglings, and the enemy has 100 supply in Terran units, it's going to create massive amounts of instructions, bloating the replay size and making StarCraft rather slow. Okay, so here we go. We have got tscmoo in the teal ZERG corner, and this time we haven't got ICEbot, but we have got Krasi0, and although Krasi0 tends to lose to ICEbot almost always, it is more aggressive. It has got better macro. It can do a bit more in the harass department, but ICEbot is just very safe, and that makes it such a formidable opponent to fight against. Last game we saw it was just too slow to keep up with all the multi-pronged harass these TC ZERG bot got underway. Let me speed it up just a little bit because, well, minerals being mined, not all that interesting. Again, an overpool. And for those of you who have missed the first game, this is a new ZERG bot. This was construction on it started after the Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014, which finished in February 2015, strangely enough. And pool again, and what have we here? That will be an early expansion. Yes, good, so much all the same. But tscmoo has been coding a Terran bot and a ZERG bot as well, so that is very impressive. And if you can hear on the background, my neighbors are making a hell of a lot of noise. They are having a little row. I can only hope that this will not influence the casting. Oh God, they are. God, make me rich so I can move into a decent neighborhood. But I hope it doesn't influence the cast too much. If it does, I'll have to cast it again the third time today. And that is not because of them, but first time it was technical problems. So, blah blah blah, times 4 speed, safe, good choke detection, very good. Oh, let's slow it down now. So we've got tscmoo ZERG with a sunken in the choke. We've got an eBay on the way, which, oh, it's being intercepted by a single Hydra and turning around, very smart. All the while Krasi0 is sitting behind a turret and a bunker full of marines, safe from any run-bys of small amount of units and cloaked things as well, which is very good. And even detection in the main. That is impressive. First weapons upgrade on the way. Well, this eBay should make it home alright. I don't know. Oh yeah, good. No names were entered because I don't know why. But in the green we've got tscmoo's new ZERG bot. His Terran bot is very good as well. It has been wrecking, and I mean wrecking, the Krasi0 ELO. That is a virtual competition. It is not being broadcast, but the games are being played, hidden away on some server somewhere, and the bots are being given an ELO rating, ELO, and tscmoo Terran has been on top of that for quite some weeks. I must say, almost since its latest version got published. So it's very, very good in Terran, and its ZERG incarnation we are watching now, it seems to be very, very macro oriented. So last game we saw it, well, it ended up with, I think, about 25 hatcheries, and now excuse me for that, and now it is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how many have we got here? 7 already. 4 base, 7 hatch, 7 hatch, and 2 base for Terran. So, right, Terran going for mech with an academy, so perhaps we'll have some comsats soon. Upgrade, spider mines, Goliath range, it must have spotted an air unit or just doing it preemptively. All the while tscmoo ZERG is going for a rather quick, well, tech into lair, I should say quick. It's just macroing like a monster. It hasn't got 5 combat units across the map. So this is almost like seeing Red, Jost Kroon, play StarCraft 2 in the very beginning, just droning like a madman, building a little bit of tech, but not too much. All the while Terran is stuck on 2 base, and if you let the ZERG tech up like that, or macro up like that, it's not just a tech already, but look at that. Look at that, it's just teching, it's droning, it hasn't built 5 combat units, it's got a couple of lings. Oh yeah, 5. No, these are 5. It's got 7 combat units. Let's say about 10. Let's say 10 supplies, so it's on 70 drones. 1, 2, 3, 4, soon to be 5 bases. And if you've got 5 bases as a ZERG with a lot of hatcheries and some tech, it is going to be crazy, because you can just spam lings and hydras all day long, and if Terran decides to stay on 2 base, well, it might be a safe decision, because you can do a very, very powerful mech push, but even a mech push of 200 supply has its limits. You cannot, I think you cannot kill off a ZERG which has the entire map by then, because it's only now touching 100 supply, and the ZERG is almost 100 supply as well. And mind you, those are all drones. 1 base, half saturated, fully saturated, 2.5 base, 3.5 base, and soon 1 more. So that is almost double the economy Terran has. And once it starts pressing the Z and the H button, there are going to be so many units, and look at that, so many hatcheries. It is on more than 10 hatcheries already, and that is just crazy, 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 crazy. This Terran is called Krasi0, after the programmer, which is called Krasi0, Kristev. So Krasi0, it is a little bit crazy, but the real crazy thing going on now is here. Going hive, we must have got 80 or 70 drones, and a lot of hatcheries. So once this, oh, here we go, yeah, no, let's not get into there. We saw earlier that the mech push, the first push of ICEbot, was cut short by hydras and mutalisks, and we've got some mutas as well, but there are so many Goliaths and less tanks, so perhaps this push will be more effective. This push might be more effective, I don't know. Look at it, it's not mindlessly attacking, it's pulling back, it's, look at this, look at the minimap, all the units streaming in. This clump of units growing, and Krasi0 is moving in slowly. Moving in slowly over the bridge, and now this engagement is so careful. 150 supply for Terran and 50 for ZERG as well. So this is very impressive by both opponents. They are not, I said they are not wading in mindlessly, but these 2 Goliaths don't have seemed to listen to that. that is a bit of a problem, because they're going to cut down. They can't micro back, and oh, now Terran decides, well, I'm not going in there. I'm going to retreat to my side of the river, camp the bridges, and perhaps wait for these vultures to lay some mines. This one is not going to make it. We've got queens, we've got hydras. Got a lot less Lind than last game. Hydra Muta, that is an insane combination. Only made possible by, look at it, ZERG has got the entire minimap covered in bases. And Terran, well, Terran is doing great. I say 150 supply is good, but ZERG is 170. And look at it! Look at this. These units are... they're not protecting the base. They are building a great concave. And once... look at it, there are some here as well. So once this concave is done, they will all converge here, I fear. And that is some impressive engagement scripting. The drones have been either killed or... have they been killed? I think they've been killed. Evacuated. Terran takes one base, but ZERG has so many. This base, or some minerals have been mined. Oh, and there comes ZERG. No, not yet, not yet, not yet. Look at it, it's just like a pulsing heart on the minimap. And now they are getting in there. Now they are getting in there. Please get in there. Oh, this could have been so much more decisive. Terran is pulling back. It's got a tank. The other tanks are too far back, and you need that DPS. But even if you've got all these Goliaths, they are not going to cut it. Look at how many queens we've got. Last game we had about, I saw 3, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 queens. And this is a very brave charge, but as you can see on the minimap, there are so many ZERG units. And 170 for Terran, 170 for ZERG. But if you get deeper and deeper, the chances that you are going to be cut off increase. And oh, we've got a swarm, and now we've got the Zerglings. So swarm and Zerglings, and where is the swarm? No, it's going... yeah, it's inching forward. It is crazy. Look at this. This is a tornado of consumed. All the Zerglings, they want to attack, but first they've got to pass a few hundred defilers, so they get all eaten up and turn into energy. And although this should be a victory for ZERG, if you've got no units, if you've got to fight Goliaths and tanks with drones, you're going to be in a world of pain. Now, attack. But ZERG at 180, Terran at 170, and it's pushing up the choke. Now we've got a lot of great swarms, but no units. There are so few ZERG units. Where are they? A couple here, but they are being held in check by these siege tanks. They are doing a number. 6, 5, 3. The siege tanks are taking their toll. It is all the Zerg. Look at this. Zerglings get in there, because you can't be losing drones like that. You can't be losing drones to tank fire. 13, 10, and yeah, you can sandwich, but look at this. This needs to be reinforced. It needs to be reinforced now. We've got Plague, we've got Swarm, we've got Zerg pushing in from all angles. And look at that, all the Hydras are going to get consumed. This Defiler, oh, this Defiler is doing a massacre on these Zerg units. It is crazy. It is crazy. We should do a name switch, because look at it. Everything it sees, it's just walking around, eating stuff up. It is crazy. There is nothing standing for Terran, but they just keep doing it. Okay, head count. This Zergling is attacking, but we've got 1, 2, 3 bases, because the main just got mined out. Nice timing. And Zerg rolling in, and Zerg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. One got killed off. So we've got a 6 versus a 3 base, which is okay for Terran. On the short run, we've got these mines, we've got siege tanks, and 180 supply, which is very good. Zerg only arriving there just now, so Terran is ahead in supply, and it's got these spider mines, which are so effective versus Hydras. boom, yeah, no, move in, move out, catch more tank fire, good. This is so impressive by Krasi0bot, where ICEbot fell, and fell pretty convincingly and pretty quickly. Krasi0bot is doing a very, very much better job at engaging these ZERG units, and even the multi-pronged harass which did ICEbot in is being held in check somehow. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that defiler. It's okay. So half the ZERG force get cut down by tank fire. But if you've got defilers that hungry in the front lines, that is crazy. That is crazy. And it's now supply stuck because it didn't build enough overlords. That's a bloody pity. And that is the last base of this. No, we've got one here. Almost all the bases have been taken now, and the ZERG is it is maxed. Now Terran is going for the same route, for the same push, and it's got a vessel along now and some spider mines. Get those spider mines into the ground. Versus a low-tech ZERG army, spider mines are so lethal. Oh, and there comes a bloody murder again. Let's watch it for a bit. And yeah, it's going to walk right in the line of fire. Let's hope it doesn't die too soon. Watch it. It casts a swarm, it moves underneath, it consumes Zerglings by... Oh, look at that! And a plague! Oh, golly. Has it come to this? Zerg bots casting plague and Terran bots casting matrix on a vulture. That is crazy. 6 kills on a vulture. 7 kills, and then the links come in and cut it all down. Because this time Terran is... oh, it's still going to upgrade advantage. It's 2-2 versus only 1-1, and the links are 0-1. So that is big advantage for Terran, but there is so much... 2 kills already. I've missed all these broodlings somehow. I don't know where they took place. What are you doing? Why are you... all the spellcasters are converging on this position. Ah! No! It just played all its own queens! Ah! Oh! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It is a good thing that Sail is not casting this game. Oh, look at this. This was some mines, must have been. Oh, Terran is holding its own with a little bit of help from ZERG, from tscmoo himself, because you cannot build 5 queens and plague them all. That is not, even if you're up half a map versus your enemy, that is not a way to win the game. And look at this. 3 kills, and these mines must have been doing such an a lot of damage. There goes another, only 1 this time. Now mutas pop in. 2 kills, no upgrades, very little upgrades. And KrasiO is still in there. 100 supply, 180. ZERG, of course, I should say, is max. We should look at that. All these Zerglings, they get blown up by the 5 and 10s. I would say hundreds and thousands, but even that is a bit of much. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The amount of gas ZERG is spending on spellcasters is insane. tscmoo is pulling all the stops, he is moving in, moving out, he's doing such a lot of damage, he's not being terribly effective with his engagements, but if you look at it, it is 160 versus 200, it is inching its way in there. The natural has been mined out, the third is getting low, and the way things are going, I cannot see. Look at this, it's taking the mineral only here. It is so hungry. It's like a big Hummer. It's guzzling diesel. It's... oh god, this is glorious. I bet if July ZERG saw this, he would... oh, he would die of envy. Look at it. Look at this. This is the army of ZERG. And these queens are recuperating from the plague they sustained earlier from one of these bastard defilers. Oh, they've got the energy upgrade now as well. Look at this. The vultures are getting in there, laying mines, tanks, but it's not enough. It is not enough. These drones think, well, should we get out of there? Shouldn't we? I don't know. Hard to say. But look at it. look at this host of hosts. It is now moving in all these Zerglings. They are getting their upgrades in. And these mines. Oh, and another plague. They get plagued again. Oh god, even more this time. We've now got 7 plagued queens. This is crazy. This spellcaster micro is one of the worst I've seen in my life, but let's be honest, this is the first time I've seen defilers in action, and even if they consume 100 links per game, it's just awesome. It is awesome, and even if they plague all the queens, oh god, oh this base is dead. Look at it, look at it, it eats, oh it's eating every, plague a building, it would have been so much quicker to let the let all these units attack, oh, but no, you've got to have full energy as a defiler, and never mind. There were 20 units, and these 2 defilers ate them all. They ate them all, each and every one of them, except for this lone Hydra. And if I were this Hydra, I would move out of there on my tail. I would slide out. I would say, well, bugger me, but I'm not going to have any of this. I am not going to have any of this, and that will be the joke of the evening, if these defilers are going to eat this Hydra too. It's now pulling back, and no, kill it! Oh, it's plagued again, but now it dies, so it won't eat any more Zerg units. But perhaps there are more oh yeah, here we go, we've got 3, 4 more. It is a bad day to be a Zergling. There was a mine hit one. Oh, and a plague. Is this a plague Zerg? This is a plague Zergling. We have seen a plague Zerg, an irradiated Zergling. Look at all these Zerglings. They are caught between a mech army and a small group of hungry defilers. It is a plagued spider mine and an SCV, and everything gets plagued and everything gets eaten. It is one big awful, oh god, it sucks to be a Zergling today. Oh, I think the Union of Zerglings is going to have to say something about this new Zerg bot of tscmoo, because this is crazy. We've got a queen with 6 kills, and this attack is not going anywhere because all the units that come in here, they are being consumed by these defilers. We've got only 2. And they have eaten each 10 units again. So only by means of defilers eating their own forces has this base gotten up again. But if you look at it, 200 supply for Zerg. Terran has dipped below 100. It's one of its 2 remaining bases will mine out very, very soon. And although it has good upgrades and it has a sizable vessel count, look at this! It is a plasma. People are always arguing about group names because, I don't know, they're weird. People are weird. But with AI bots, they tend to focus a lot of units with move commands in the same place. So we've got a plasma of Zerglings and defilers. And queens. Oh no, not again. Don't plague it again. Oh, these queens. These queens are having a bit of a bad day as well, and all the defilers plagued. And we've got broodlings out, and we've got a lot of Zerglings, and Terran just can't keep up anymore. Mining base is down, mining base is mined out, so no more units. Hello! Oh no, everything is plagued, everything dies. Look at this. These defilers, these Zerglings, they are moving into mines, they are being driven into mines by hungry defilers. It cannot be, everything is plagued, everything is being consumed, everything is dying. And ICEbot calls the GG in the long form. Good game, you win! Exclamation mark, very GM, these queens, and he moves out of there. I can only say that this is a splendid victory for tscmoo's new Zerg bot. I do feel for the Zerglings. Look at this, look at this. There have been 1,170 units killed for Zerg, and even though he won, he created almost 1,600, and it is crazy. It is absolutely beyond comprehension. The amount of units you can get off a good macroing Zerg, it is ludicrous. Okay, so I can now understand why tscmoo sent me these two replays. We've seen it beat ICEbot, and that it did very quickly and efficiently. Krasi0 proved to be more of a challenge, but the sheer macro of tscmoo Zerg is so good, you can't beat it. when the Defilers and the other spellcasters come onto the map, it just adds a lot of confusion and joy to the caster, and I hope to you as well. But perhaps they will be fine-tuned a little bit because we have seen Defiler just consume 10 units at a time. Okay, I'm sky high. I'm very happy. I am a Zerg man myself, so any good new Zerg bot is a welcome contribution to my life as a brute war AI enthusiast. tscmoo, thank you very much. We hope to see your bots play in tournaments in the future, and we'll be watching you. Thank you, and have a nice evening.